the present value P, the initial amount, of A dollars to be received after T years, assuming a per annum interest rate R, compounded N times per year, is given by this formula, which is similar to our compounded interest formula. If the interest is compounded continuously, then the formula is this formula, which is again similar to our compounded continuously formula. The only difference is that A and P have switched spots, and our exponents are raised to a negative power instead of a positive. So that's the only real difference between the original two formulas. So we're going to use each one. We're going to find the principal. We're going to find our starting amount needed to get each amount. That means we're going to find, again, the present value. So we're going to get $600 after 2 years. That's compounded 4% quarterly. So we don't know our present amount, but we do know our ending amount, A. We're going to get $600. This is compounded quarterly, which means there's 4 quarters in a year, at 4%, so our rate is going to be 0.04 because we divide 4 by 100, and our time is going to be equal to 2. Now that we know what we're given, we just plug it into our formula up here. So our initial amount, P, is going to be equal to 600 times 1 plus 0.04 divided by 4 raised to the negative 4 times 2. And here, we just use our calculator, so let's bring up our calculator and use it. So, 600 times 1 plus 0.04 divided by 4 raised to, and I'm going to put this in parentheses just so it doesn't screw up, times 4 times 2, which is just going to be 8, so I'm going to say negative 8. And make sure I use the negative, not the minus. So it's all plugged in. I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to end up with $554.09. So our initial amount is $554.09. So if we invest this initially at 4% compounded quarterly for 2 years, we would get $600. So next one we have is we're going to get $800 after 2.5 years at 8% compounded continuously. So let's write what we do know. We're going to eventually get 800, so our amount is 800. Our rate is 8%, so we're going to say this is 0.08 because we divided by 100. And time is 2.5 years, so I'm going to say this is 2.5 years. And it was written up there, so let me rewrite it down here. The formula, P equals A e to the negative RT. So plug in what we know. Our initial amount P is going to be equal to 800 e to the negative 0.08 times 2.5. And like before, we're going to do it the easy way. We're going to use a calculator. So 800 second ln for E, negative 0.08 times 2.5, 2.5. And here we get $654.98. So our initial amount to get 800 is $654.98.